Okay, Casey, do you have any final questions?
I do not.
All right, so in a moment, you'll see the students appear. And good luck, and just remember this is a simulation, so it's a great opportunity to take a risk and stretch yourself. Okay?
What?
I'll see you shortly.
All right, thank you. Good afternoon. How is everybody?
Hello, how you doing? Oh,
I'm
hi.
good. How are you?
I like your hair. It's really pretty.
Thank you. Who is speaking, may I ask?
That was me. I'm Mina.
Mina. It is so nice to see you today, Mina.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions before I begin tonight? Is
I
everybody
do.
having?
I do. What are
Oh,
we
go.
doing? What are we
We are.
doing?
Thank you for asking, Jayla, and thank you for raising your hand. We are going to be talking about photosynthesis. Has anybody ever heard of what photosynthesis is? Raise your hand yes if you have a clue, or maybe just keep your hands down if you do not. Mina, you've heard a little bit about photosynthesis. Who is that on the end? I can't see your name tag there on the end, but
My name is Carlos.
Carlos. All right, let me write that down because I can't see the name tag. All right. Okay, so photosynthesis is when plants, like outside plants, are able to make their own food. You know how we go to the store and we go out and we buy our own food that we eat. Plants are able to make their own food by using a process called photosynthesis. So I am going to start to talk to you guys a little bit about the process, and if you guys want to take notes on that, you can. And we're just going to talk about it later, and we're going to be doing a little worksheet together at the end. The word photosynthesis, I'm going to break it down into two separate parts. So the word photo means light, and then the other half is synthesis, means putting together. Photosynthesis just means putting together with light and what plants put together to make their food. So I'm going to go over a few vocabulary words. If anybody wants to ask any questions, you can do that too, and I'll try my best to answer them. So food. How do you think plants might get their food? Does anybody have any ideas? No? It's okay if you don't. Oh, Mina? You can go ahead and talk, Mina.
Well, I thought that they got their food from the water and from the ground.
That's correct. So they are able to get water and nutrients through the soil from the roots of the plant soaking it up. Jayla?
Yeah, you said that they make their own food, but I remember my mom, she buys this stuff like when she gets flowers, there's this little packet and it says plant food. So how come she needs to put plant food if they make their own food?
So that is just to help the plants grow, just like we might eat things that are healthier for us to help us grow as well. So that little packets that they put in the dirt are minerals with the soil to help the plants get like extra nutrients. Maybe they'll grow bigger and stronger.
Oh.
Yeah, that would be the source of energy for the living plant. So photosynthesis overall is using light and putting things together. So I'm going to explain like the process, and I'm going to keep going over some vocab words, but we already went over. We know how they get food through the nutrients in the ground. The leaves contain tiny pigments called chloroplast.
Oh, what's that?
So when you look at...
It's my drawing. It's my picture.
Oh, Emily, is that you who's drawing? I would love it if...
Yeah, she can draw good. She can draw good. I like that picture she's drawing.
I'm glad that she's able to draw well, but I think right now we should focus on learning about the plants. If you want to take notes and draw a picture of a plant, that would be awesome to draw a plant while we take the notes if that's what you want to do. So what I was going to talk about is how the leaves on a plant, I don't know if you could see that or not, it's just a picture of some leaves.
I can see it.
I'm glad you can see it. The leaves contain tiny pigments called chloroplasts. These pigments take in carbon dioxide, water, and sunlight, this turns the sugar, how do I explain this? This turns that into sugar and oxygen. The sugar then used by the plants, the sugar that the plants are creating is then used as like its own food. And the only way they're able to create that is from getting light from the sun as well as the minerals from the dirt. So yeah, another vocab word we're going to go over is fats and proteins within the plant. This are the groups of nutrients that provide energy, like you said, the packets that your mom might buy for her plants to help the plants grow and develop. So we're just going to go over, you just stretching, Dayla?
Yeah.
All right, I don't know if you guys are able to see this, but this is where we're going to be taking a little bit of notes, and I'm going to have you guys fill out some answers. I'll read it to you so you don't have to copy down all of it. But if you guys want to write down these 5 words, it might be helpful to help figure out the answers to the questions. Is everybody ready to take a few notes? Give me
Yes,
maybe a hand.
I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, awesome. So the words I want you guys to write down are light, oxygen, sugar, water, and carbon dioxide. So I'm going to read to you guys this little visual I have here.
I don't know how to spell all those words.
Which words did you want help with? Do you want help with all of them, or is there a couple?
Yeah, I don't know how to spell. Yeah, I need help with oxygen and carbon, whatever you said.
Okay, so I'll do oxygen first. Oxygen is spelled O-X-Y-G-E-N. Do you need me to repeat that, or did you get that?
I got it.
All right, awesome. And you said carbon dioxide? That will be C-A-R-B-O-N, and then a space because it's 2 separate words. Dioxide, D-I-O-X-I-D-E. Alrighty. So I don't know if you guys are able to see this. I know you can't see this far away, but I'm just going to read it to you, and then we're going to fill them in together. And we can either raise our hands, or if you guys are stumped on something, I can help you guys figure out what we're filling it in with. Someone getting a cell phone call?
Yeah, it's my mom was texting me. My mom was texting me.
I think maybe we should put our phone away, and then maybe during free time or something we can get our phones out.
Your phone.
Oh, well, how about maybe
I put it away.
All right. Photosynthesis is the process we talked about today. Is the process that plants use to breathe and to make food. They use blank from the sun. What shines onto the plants? From the vocab words that you guys wrote down, Will, do you have a guess?
Light.
Light. That is correct. So I'm going to fill that in, and if you guys want to, you can cross that off your list so you know we already used that word and we will not have to use it again. All right. So I'm going to start that sentence over. They use the light from the sun along with blank in the soil. What does the roots need from the soil? We talked about the minerals, but what helps the plants to grow that's in the soil other than the minerals? It needs this one key thing. Does anybody have an idea?
Is it sugar?
It's not. That's a good guess. It is actually water. So as a result of all the minerals in the dirt, the water helps the plant soak up the nutrients when it becomes damp, and that is how the roots soak it up. It needs to be wet first. So that one is actually water. So I'll repeat that sentence. They use the light from the sun along with water in the soil. And a gas called blank. Does anybody know the type of gas that we might have talked about today? There's, go ahead, Carlos.
Uh, uh, is that the carbon dioxide?
That is correct. I'm gonna start it over once again so we are caught up with what the paragraph is talking about. Photosynthesis is the process that plants use to breathe and to make food. They use the light from the sun along with water in the soil to make a gas called carbon dioxide. To make blank, that feeds the plant. So I remember somebody earlier thought that it might be what's in the dirt. Whenever the process begins and the sun hits the leaves, it makes something. Mina?
Sugar.
That is correct. Awesome job. And the last sentence is, during this process, blank is released into the air. Does anybody have a guess for that last one? If you were crossing them off, it's the only one left. But does anybody have a guess?
Oh, I know.
All right, Jayla, go ahead.
It's oxygen.
Oxygen. Awesome job. All right, and to conclude the lesson, I just wanted you guys to know that photosynthesis is one of the reasons why life exists on Earth today. Without the plants that we have, we wouldn't have the oxygen that we have to breathe. So plants are very important to our environment. Does anybody have any questions or anything?
No.
All right, well, thank you guys so much. You guys were great students.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, great. Welcome back. Welcome back. How are you feeling after that simulation?
I think it went well.
Yeah. Great, great.
Yeah.
Well, tell me what did you feel that you did well?
When I did the reading and like for the end when we had to fill in the blanks, I kept rereading the sentences because I know when I was younger I would have not remembered like the previous sentences, so I thought it was good to like keep reminding them like what we just talked about, I guess.
I completely agree with you because it's definitely important to do that. They often do have very short term memories, and so not only that, it reinforces what you just taught them. So yeah, I thought that was very helpful. Go ahead. What else do you feel like you did well?
We talked about like in college, like the purpose of our lesson. I know it was one of the ones you guys provided to kind of guide the lesson, but I think it's important that students learn about the importance of the environment and plants. Even though that's a very broad, important overall message, I think it was just a cool thing to focus in on. Even though I didn't have a ton of time to go in depth, I think it was a good content to teach, I guess.
Oh yeah. Oh yes, definitely great content. But in terms of your actual teaching, was there anything else that you felt you did well? You mentioned repeating the sentences. Anything else that you felt you did well throughout in the session?
When I talked about photosynthesis, I explained the process, and I also broke down the word photosynthesis. So photo meaning light, and synthesis means putting together. So maybe the students would be able to. It's kind of a big word, so maybe that would help them separate the two.
Yes, you did. I did notice that, like saying, breaking it down and giving them kind of like a simpler picture to use for each of those parts of the word.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty good. I also wanted to just add that I thought it was a nice touch of you to have the little exercise you did where you had them write down several words and then you read sentences that had a missing word and allowed them an opportunity to fill that in. I thought that was a uh, really nice exercise and really brought them, allowed them to be really engaged.
Yeah,
Um,
I wouldn't want
yeah,
to have students. I feel like it takes away some of the pressure because they know what the options are versus having them guess stuff that we talked about a lot. So it could have been a million other words. I think it kind of brought it to the point of what we were talking about.
great. Okay,
Thank you.
so no problem, no problem. So looking back, like if you had a chance to do it again, is there anything you think you could improve upon?
Um, sure. There's something I just don't know what in particular. If you have any feedback, I would love more feedback. I guess any thing that you think I could have done differently.
Well, I definitely think that you were really great when it was interactive, when you were asking questions, having them write things down. Those were the most helpful. I did notice there was one part in the simulation where you were talking, and it seemed like a little bit. I noticed Jayla had a little yawn there, and so there may have been a point where they weren't fully connecting. So that's just
Mhm.
something to consider. Um,
Yeah.
uh, but overall, definitely you were very engaging and allowing the students to do a lot of interacting. Uh, so what? How about what's one thing you'll be taking away from this experience?
That interaction is really important, and I could work on making the lessons as interactive as possible so the students can stay on focus, like more focused, I guess.
Yes. Okay, very good. Thank you so much, Casey. Thank you for
Thank you.
participating. And you have a great rest of your day. Now, regarding the recording, I am going to go ahead and stop the recording. And just a reminder that your recording will be sent to you within the next few business days. Okay?
All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.